I am also going to be on YouTube, so give me a second because I need to figure that out. Can you do I how do I something else? Hi guys! I had to see if I had to stop the countdown or something. Okay, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okie dokie. It is your favorite Lady Lang. I am wearing a hat today, so forgive me. Let's see. Let me make sure everything is up and running properly before we do anything. Okay, my bookie wormies. How is everyone doing? Let me see. a new day. What you looking for? Hat, to get it done. Okay, I'm excited, guys. Forgive me. Okay, so can you guys hear me clearly though? Is it better if I have it this way? Is it better if I have it this way? Mm, is it better if I have it this way? Let me switch. I'm not completely sure if the what is it called? The mic is mic too. Oh, that would explain it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that would explain it. Okay. Let's see. And you guys hear me clear? That is going to give a bad echo. Okie dokie. Let me see this audio. Okay, testing, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, my little duckies. Okay, testing, testing. Okay, so I am going to assume that the chat, you guys can hear me. If you can't, type it in the chat and I will see it. But as for now, I guess we can actually get into the live stream. Let's see. Ah, ta, 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 ta. Na, na, na. So for this live stream, actually, I will turn this into the podcast portion as well. Twitch, you guys haven't got a chance to see the adventures that we have gone on actually, and I really hope that you guys get a chance to. So definitely go to my YouTube channel and look at all the adventures that we have gone on currently. For right now though, like I said, I will just get shortly into the podcast section because I will turn this live stream into a podcast. So there will be the video, the audio version of it, and also the video version of it, I guess. But hey, you're stuck with me now. So bada bing, bada boom. But hello, readers. Welcome to our live. It is a read along with the book of inquiry of The Hunting by Natasha Preston. I'm your host, Lady Lang, and I'll be reading a few chapters out loud with you tonight, so grab your books, a blanket, a flashlight, settle in. I don't know what else you might need. Maybe even dim the lights. You never know. This is going to be like a chill and cozy, sometime, and a little bit of a creepy space just because of the book that we are reading today. But we'll read together, we'll pause and talk about what's happening and chat about any theories you've got along the way as well. So you guys are going to have to be very active with me tonight. It's okay. I'm pretty good at doing theories myself, so You guys don't have to be active, but if you want to, it's up to you. Now, I can say this book is copyrighted, so I do want to recommend everyone that if you want to continue reading along with me on this journey of this book, to purchase a copy yourself. It is, let me show you, Natasha Preston by The Haunting. The Haunting, that's the book that I have today. And yeah, that's basically the copyright claimer that I have on that part. So there won't be any full recordings or uploads of the reading will be saved or distributed, meaning that I may mostly just sum up this live stream and put it on the podcast as a summary of everything that we went over and discussed over. And as long as I commentary and correlate everything with you guys, or just give really good positive commentary, I should not get a copyright claim. But I want to make sure that everyone knows that this book is not my own. Now, maybe the next book club episode that we do have, I might bring my own book that I am in the works of writing. So we might want to discuss on that one. We can freely discuss on that one because that's a book I personally read, and that we can also have that be distributed as well. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much all the copyright claims, all the jazzy stuff. Have any questions, let me know. Twitch, I am looking at you guys as well, so if you have any questions, just let me know. It's okay, you can type, don't be afraid, no one be afraid. This is a safe space for everyone. Now just allow me to switch, and then I forgot, what do I have this under, lady? Okay, so yes, I can see you guys' chat, and I can also see YouTube. We do actually have a little different setup for YouTube, so okay, we're back to our roots, guys. Jokes aside, we should actually get started into the book itself. So guys, grab your snacks, your books. It's time to read, bookworms. Now we'll only be reading 5 chapters. In this live stream. And I think after every chapter or so, I will be giving like intense commentary. So be prepared, because I am a bookworm and I get really into the books that I'm reading. Alrighty, guys. So chapter 1, Saturday, October 23rd. What's the best way to ask your boyfriend how he feels about the 1-year anniversary of his father's Halloween murder spree? Say what? 1 year? Hold up. Did we need to read some trigger warnings? Let me see if there's any trigger warnings. There is none. Okay. None in the physical copy. Back to the chapter. Your ex-boyfriend, because oh yeah, you're forbidden to ever see or speak with him again. I wonder why that is. Nash never returned to school after 5 of our classmates were slaughtered by his dad, a man who made me hot chocolate with a mountain of marshmallows whenever I came over. Jackson Whitmore was 2 people, the welcoming dad and the cold-blooded killer. It took a long time to merge them. The memory of what he did is all over town, haunting the residents with constant Constant, 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 constant reminders whenever, wherever you look. The the memorial statue for his victims sit proudly in the square. Yeah, sit proudly in the square in the center of town, visible for every angle in the same location where some of them were found. I stare at it now, a bronze phoenix with its large wings splayed towards heaven. 5 names are engraved. Underneath the bird, I trace each one with my finger. So guys, before I even go even further into this, this is just page 1. This is just page 1. Like, we're already getting tea. So, our main character has a boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend as she says, that the dad is a murderer, serial killer on that, and she cannot ever see or speak to him. And the serial killer dad victim statue is in the middle of town. That, of course, there's nothing that can go wrong with that, right? There's nothing that can go wrong with that. There's a lot that can go wrong. Anyway, let's go into the Mac Johnson, Catalina Howard, Kelsey Allen, Brody Edwards, and Jai Yang. There's no getting away from what he did. A reminder is craved. There's just going to be like a clip video somewhere. Probably I do it myself, where it's just me trying to pronounce words. Clip. Into stone. Jackson's killing spree lasted a week, but it feels like it never ended. The mayor had flowers planted in every inch of soil in the spring. It still smelled like the death to me. Figuring out what to say to Nash has been plaguing me for the past few weeks. Everything I think... everything... I'm hilarious. Sorry guys. My brain went... whoop. Sorry, okay. I'll be... Everything I think of sounds totally stupid. Forgetting him has been impossible, and with Halloween coming up, he's on my mind even more than usual. Homegirl still has feelings. Okay. Still, it's been about 5 months since we last spoke, on a rainy spring day, when we ran into each other outside school, me leaving late for the day, and him going to collect a jacket. A jacket that had been in Lost and Found. It was a short conversation once we asked what the other was doing. Short and super awkward. I can still remember the way he tried to avoid eye contact, as if looking at me hurt. I mean, homeboy's dad was a serial killer, so like, he might think that you might think that he's a serial killer, and so, you know, of course that might hurt. And how I feel so guilty of writing him off like the rest of the town. See? I knew it! Anyway, dark gray clouds, the same color as my eyes, cover the sky, as likely to rain as I am to cry. I've been finding it increasingly difficult to trap my emotions inside. I'm not supposed to think about Nash. My feelings for him were supposed to disappear along with our contact. I walk away from the statue and towards Gina's restaurant to meet Adi, for breakfast, still clinging to my phone in case I come up with something good to say. I pass a couple of dress-up scarecrows, one draped in white like a ghost with smudged black circle for eyes, the other dressed... Hey, that kind of sound like KKK-ish. Hold up! Hold up, guys. Hold up. Okay. The other dressed in a tattered black cloth with a distorted face and pointed hood. See? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What are we getting into, guys? It's the more sinister one that I have hard time looking at. You can tell the ghost was made by the elementary school kids. The creepy thing, the high school kids. When I walk inside the restaurant, everyone turned their heads to watch me. A few people whispering, still not over getting a glimpse of the killer's son X. I mean, if you think about it, they weren't married, so like, why is it such a big deal? I mean, it's a small town, so never know. I feel like a one-woman show. The one-woman coward show where I ignore my instincts and pretend that I'm fine, not talking to Nash anymore. I duck my head and take a seat at an empty table. Gina's is a country-style restaurant with white and red checkered tablecloths. I scroll on my phone to distract myself from the fact that Nash's name is suddenly on everyone's lips. My parents were thrilled. Lord. Okay. My parents were thrilled when I stopped saying Nash after forcing me to, and I need them to believe I've given up wanting to. It's much easier if they don't know anything. If I send him a message and my parents find out, they will freak. It will be a freak out of epic proportions. Their straight A daughter headed for great college. Franchising, a word my dad actually used with a Whitmore, is not something I should even be thinking about. Everything in our how I knew it was a small town community. Everyone in our tight-knitted community, including my best friend, think it's better if the remaining Whitmores keep to their large property on the outskirts of town. Ew. I mean, just because one family member out of the family members is a serial killer doesn't mean that all of them are a serial killer. Unless we're talking about children of the corn, because then that's different. Anyway, but what Jackson Whitmore did last year wasn't Nash or his sister's Grace's fault. Not that it matters, because apparently everyone here believes they're guilty by association. Ba-dong. It's all BS. I'm not allowed to do anything about it, and it's slowly... Oh, hold up. I skipped the line. My bad, guys. I think I might be the only one left who cares about Nash and Grace. But I'm not allowed to do anything about it, and it's slowly eating away at me. I need to reach out to him, to know him, that he's not alone. To let him know that he's not alone. But yeah, I don't know what to say. Okay. Come on. Think of something. I mean, yeah, girl, like... So you stopped seeing him because his father's a serial killer. Not technically forced. Like, your parents didn't say, oh, I'm gonna disown you until you stop seeing this dude. You just said, oh, okay, well, my parents is gonna disagree. I'm gonna stop seeing him. And now you think it's okay to... We will continue reading for the tea. Okay, guys. Let's see what she thinks of. As hard as it is for all of us to deal with the anniversary, it must be 10 times harder for them. I can only imagine how it feels to be blamed for something you didn't do. They lost everything because of what their dad did. Penny is her name. This is the text message of her sending to Nash. I know it's been a while, but I still care about you. Delete? No, that's absolute crap. I mean, yeah, like, there's no hello, I'm sorry for disappearing out of your life for maybe 6 months. Okay, Penny, how are you doing? How are you and Grace doing? I know everyone blames you, but I don't. Delete. Please don't hate me. Delete. I couldn't make this suck These suck more if I tried. Can we meet? Delete, delete, delete. This shouldn't be so hard. We used to talk about everything. We'll send messages from long essays to full conversation using only GIFs. GIFs? GIFs, whichever one so desires. Sometimes no words were needed. I don't think that would be appropriate in the situation. I'm sorry your dad is a killer. But here's a gif of Tom Hanks waving on a ball. Oh my god, that's so out of pocket. Yeah, I'm glad she didn't send that. Yeah, I don't think so. So end up sending nothing at all. Every time, which is way worse. Penny, my best friend, Adeline, say. Sliding into the booth. Gina has pumpkin-shaped sprinkles on the ice cream sundaes. Pumpkin what? Pumpkin-shaped sprinkles. Okay. I placed myself face down on the table, ignoring the simmering frustration in my gut. I half feel like I'm waiting on Nash to reply to nothing I sent. You ordered us one, right? I asked, though I'm not hungry. That seems to be the theme recently. Can't eat properly because of the big ball of anxiety. Can't sleep properly because of the big ball of anxiety. Can't text her ex-boyfriend because of a big ball of anxiety. That wasn't me. That's just me. Can't focus well at school or piano practice because, well, you get it. I haven't tried ice cream for breakfast though. Duh, she says. Trying. I thought that said trying. See, guys, I can't read. These 4 eyeglasses do not help me. Okay, let me see. Duh, she says, tying her tight red curls on top of her head. Sunday eating is getting serious. You know it is. I ordered us the doubles. She paused. Checking me in. What's going on? You look shady, and you're playing police on yourself. I look down and realize I've been instantly typing on the back of my phone. I curl my fingers into my palm. Everything's fine. I'm just always practicing. Usually I can convince almost anyone of anything. You've just got to say whatever the lie is with conviction. But my most useful talent does not work on Eddie this time. Plus, I haven't played piano in a while. She raised her brows, her pale green eyes full of suspicion. Cause girl, I will be suspicious too, like what? And I leaned back against the dark wooden booth. A move that I recognize means she's ready to kick ass. Addie doesn't have any time for pretending when she knows it's a lie. I was thinking about him, I tell her, sighing. She doesn't need a name to know who I mean. Him is pretty much his name now. Him is Nash, her is Grace, that man is Jackson. As if saying their names were at least Jackson for federal prison. And send him on another pace. Oh, on another spree. Don't go there, Pen, she warns. My heart sinks to my toes. It's not the reaction I was hoping for, but it's pretty much the one I expected. Nash is the one thing we never agreed on. The one thing she doesn't have my back on. It wasn't his fault. I'm with you on that, but you probably weren't going to marry your high school boyfriend anyway. You're up to Juilliard, and he would rather die than live anywhere near a city. It was never going to work out. People do change, but hey, what can I say? That doesn't mean I should write him off. Besides, I don't know if I'll get into Juilliard. Not anymore. And if I even want to pursue music professionally, I've got to let it go in the last year. But I'll save that little confession for another time. My parents won't be too excited. Your parents aren't too excited about anything you've been doing so far, girl. What's your costume gonna be? I asked. Nice subject change, but it wasn't very smooth. I know it yet. I don't know yet. I see what Party Town has. You still dressing as a corpse bride? I think so, I said. I reply, I'll never tell her that Why I'm trying to call this man Jash? This man's name is Nash. Nash was supposed to be a corpse groom this year. We've been together for a year before last Halloween and had our costumes picked out. But we never got to wear them because trick-or-treating was canceled and his dad was arrested. We were going to be prisoners. Ironic. Now, the only prisoner is Jackson, Whitmore, Nash, and Grace. Grace, too. If you count being ostracized by the town and isolated in your home, which I do. Penny, try not to think about him. Addie's voice is soft and understanding, but it's easy for her to say that. Nash was her friend. It didn't take her long to stop checking in with him, same as our other friends Zane and Omar. I want to text him. That's the opposite of not thinking about him. I can't just turn my thoughts off. Like you said, it's the anniversary. How must he be feeling? She shrugs. Not your business anymore. Okay, girl, damn. Oh, okay. This is getting me nowhere. I wish Addie was on my side with this one. She usually is, but Addie only likes drama that she's not involved in. She's technically not involved into this drama, but whatever, okay. This is getting me nowhere. Oh, I just read that. We eat 8. I feel like that should be 8, but it says eat. Okay, we eat our ice cream. Her devouring hers and me picking up mine, and then head to party town, just in time for it to open. The street is heavy. Ooh. 4i is not 4i, guys. Hold up. The street is heavy with people. Our small town comes alive during any holidays, and Halloween is the biggest of the year. Pumpkins, spiders, ghosts, and bats adorned every window, shop, and door. Small children are already running around in costume despite it not being Halloween. Until next weekend, to be fair, they've been at it for the last 2 weeks. I remember dressing up the second I remember dressing up the second October began when I was younger. I love the let up, the costume building and the decorating. Mom and I always got spooky designs painted on our nails. Mine were black with white ghosts and hers were white with pumpkins. It used to be my favorite holiday. Addie and I walked past a group of people apple bobbing on the square. Now I think about it, I don't think I could apple bob. Like, sorry guys, I have to pause for a second. I know you guys are in suspense, but I have to pause for a second. You know how hard, well it's not really hard, but like the dedication to apple bob, like you have to, you technically do not see, you see it, but once you have your head dipped in there, you're like just actually, sorry, I got a text. You're just like moving your head around trying to find an apple that may or may not be there, and then you lift up your head if you catch it. If you do. Anyway. Some sort of fundraiser. The mayor is dressed in a Cruella de Vil costume, filling buckets with bright green apples. It's hard to believe that our town was tainted with horror only a year ago when you see people celebrating. Jackson has always been a bit of a loner. Nothing like Nash and Grace, who were popular in school. He owned a scrapyard on his property rather than farming on it, and kept to himself. He never came into town much, only to get groceries or to run errands. My parents never loved me going to Nash's house because they haven't really met his dad, but he was kind to me, and you can hardly hold it against someone for being a private person. That is, until they start murdering kids. Nash said that his dad was happy and had friends who weren't nearby. I never saw them, and how could he have been happy when he was all alone? But I was always met with a smile and hot cocoa. I'm trying to put words, but there's no words there. Okay. He made small talk and encouraged me to go to Juilliard. We passed the Phoenix again, and I kept my eyes down this time, not wanting Addie to say anything else about Nash. Just past the statue is the pretty yellow brick grocery store with its stacks of newspapers outside. The headline on the front page today reads, Anniversary of First Brutal Halloween Murder. Addie leaks her arms. Look, are you okay with the Nash situation? You know, not seeing him. She asks, spotting me looking back at the memorial. My friends all referred to the murders as a Nash situation. I want to scream that it should be a Jackson situation, but each time I brought that up, it didn't end well. I mean, is it a Nash? No, that's not a Nash. That's Nash. I really feel like we should change his name just for the sake of my pronunciation. Oh my god. Oh. Murdering what? Oh yeah. Yeah, so anyway. I don't feel like this to be I feel like I should change this man's name. Let's call him N. NH or something like that, because my pronunciation with Nash, Mash, Smash. I'm gonna give it a couple more pages, okay guys? A couple more pages. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Murdering what? Yes, this is a book about, well, you'll find out. I want to scream that it should be the Jackson situation, but each time I brought that up, it didn't end well. People our age died, and that's all that will ever matter. Nash and Grace are collateral damage. It sucks. Why do you care? He told me to forget about him 30 minutes ago. I sound like a whiny 5-year-old. That's what you should do. I'm trying to be a good friend here. I'm sorry, I was so abrupt earlier. You can talk to me about him if you need to. Why the 180? Because you look sad. Great, now everyone can tell how I feel with one look. I can't count the number of times I heard whispers of, that's one's Nash girlfriend, since Jackson was arrested. Penny? Addie frauds. I'm fine. Cool, so you can start dating again. She said, I'm like, wait, you're over him? Okay, sure, let me just pull out a list of people that you can blind date. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Okay. Hold up. that killed me for a second, guys. I'm sorry. She said with a small smile, calling my bluff. Yeah, no thanks. Looks pretty quiet in Party Town, I said. It shouldn't take long to find something. Another Dodge. I ignore her and reach for the faded chip blue door. Some gargoyle looking thing hangs on the door like a wreath. It's locked. Addie peers through the window. We're right on time. Ooh, this name. Miss Vanderford must be running late. Vanderford. I'm having trouble with Nash, and then they want to give me Vanderford. Okay. I lean back against the brick, between the ghosts and the skeletons, and wait. She's probably dealing with Carter's latest stunt. The shop owner's son. Ew. The shop owner... The shop... Reading aloud, this is hilarious. Okay. The shop owner's son, who I unfortunately share 3 classes with, is a huge bully. He walks around angry, picking fights, and telling others what to do. Addie dated him for 5 minutes when we first started high school, but she soon realized he's a douchebag. Girls, I'm coming! Miss Vanderford calls from across the road. A few more people join us to wait for the store to open. Another girl from school, May, her group of friends, and some younger kids. So sorry, everyone, she says, panting as she unlocks the door. Car troubles this morning. Come on in. We filter into the store. I feel like I should be giving them all like a different voice, but I don't have the energy or the time to, so I'm gonna just give them whatever they find, whatever comes out. We filtered into the store and heard her mutter something to herself about the alarm not being on and how her son, Carter, must have forgotten again. I looked over my shoulder to see... Okay, hold up. Pause. Pause on the book. I have a hypothesis already. A hypothesis. I do not believe that Nash's father is a serial killer. I believe he's framed. Because I've read, oh, sorry guys. I've read a lot of books that are like this. And one time out of another, if it's not the innocent dude who got locked up away or whatever, if it's not the dude, it's someone else who is a copycat that pops out, and then at the end it finds out that they're not a copycat and they just shove blame to another person. So my hypothesis is that the father is not a murderer, but there's a murderer in town. That's my hypothesis. My hypothesis. Okay. Okay, where was I? Okay. Let me see. I look over my shoulder to see her shaking her head and ranting about him being irresponsible. Her bad for trusting him, really. I wouldn't trust him to babysit an egg. Wouldn't trust him to babysit an egg. Costumes hang from every wall, and on racks in between there's a long section of decorations. Creepy organs must drift... Oh, wait. Creepy organ music drifts through the store as Miss Vanderford slips behind the counter. Cobwebs... Hold up, guys. Okay, here we go. Sorry, had to move something. Cobwebs hang from the ceiling above me, adorned with the black... 1 second, guys. Hold up. Pause. I'm getting parched. Oh. I'm getting parched. I hope everyone is enjoying me struggling with pronunciation. Okay, we're back. Also, I do not know what the genre of this book is. I just know that it's young adult and a thriller. So I don't know if there's romance or not, but it shouldn't be unhinged. I just know that. The book was sponsored by my older brother, so welcome. Okay. We got distracted. Cobwebs hang from the ceiling above me, adorned with the black plastic spiders. Adele, I really want to call her Adele. Addie leads us deeper into the store and we split up, each of us going to opposite sides of the same rack. We start in the middle, where all the big costumes are. There will be puffy corpse bride dresses along here, I'm sure. May walks past, shopping beside... Hey, what are you here for? We're all going on... We're all going as blood-soaked cheerleaders this year. She rolls her eyes. Not my idea, but it'll be fun. Nice. Hey, did you need my environmental science notes? Please, I can grab them at school. Monday? Sure. She gives me another wave as she heads to her group. One girl is holding up a blue cheerleader costume and the other is red. There's about to be an argument. I scrunch my nose and call over to Addie on the other side of the rack. He smells something weird. Probably that. She replies, pointing to Miss Vanderford, who's scowling? Scowling? Oh my god. Scolding. No, that's not the word. We're skipping that. And dumping a takeout box into the trash. Carter's dinner probably. Babe, here's a good one. Mix of black and white, she says, holding it up. But I still can't see a lot of it. We're right in the middle of the aisle that stretches along the length of the store. I park the costumes in front of me because it'll be quicker than going around. What are you doing? Okay. Where was I? As I step forward, my foot kicks something solid. Hold on. I muttered to Addie and look down. The first thing I see is an arm, and my brain tries hard to convince me it's a mannequin. Is it? Is it, guys? But it's not, and I can tell from the red patch of blood seeping through his white shirt. Screaming, I leap back and slap my hand over my mouth. Penny, what the hell? Addie's voice sounds like she's suddenly miles away. I back up, almost tripping over myself until I hit the wall and slide to the floor. My eyes fix on the body in front of me. I can't even blink. Miss Vanderford and another employee run towards me. And other shoppers and other shoppers crane their necks to see what the dramatic girl is screaming about. I gag against my fist as I spot the blood. The body's dead eyes staring up at nothing. I recognize him. Noah. You know what, honestly? The serial killer could be a classmate. Because, like, what is the coincidence of all the classmates getting targeted? Like what? Okay. Addie screams and grabs a hold of me, pulling my arm up as she tries to get me to stand. Oh my god! What the? Is he dead? I vaguely hear her words over the ringing in my ears. Yeah, he's really dead. There's blood all over his chest, and now I can see that there are a couple darker patches. And the smell. That's what it was, not Carter's takeout. I think he was stabbed. Stop looking, Penny! Addie scowls, yanking me to my feet. I stand, wobbling, my legs almost unable to support my weight. I forgot what voice I gave her. I don't remember. Everyone outside, Miss Vanderford says, her voice robotic after the shock. Come on, outside now. Karen, call the police. Addie and I stumble through the store. I walk in a daze as we make it outside. Crisp into the crisp fall morning. I gasp. A mouthful of oxygen. Oxygen. Oh my god. My hands tremble in my pockets as I stare at the phoenix in the square, trying to make sense of what I just saw. It's happening again, Addie whispers, huddling close to me. I blink a few times and listen to my pulse, thumping in my ears. I'm only semi-aware of my surroundings. The small crowd that's forming outside the store, and the whispers of disbelief. May and her friends exit with tear-stained cheeks. No doubt, having seen the body on their way out. Penny! Addie calls, shaking my arm. Snap out of it! Shaking my head, I turn to her and mutter, What? It's happening again! The murders! No, I breathed, straining my back. I said, no. Jackson's serving a life sentence in federal prison in Pennsylvania. He's locked up in two states away. Yeah, but his kids aren't. Okay. Listen. Why? Okay. We're not even finished with chapter 1, guys. Why? Okay. I yanked my arm out of hers, wishing I could walk away from her. From here, away from her and everyone else. I stare at Addie in disbelief. Nash isn't behind this. No, hold up. Pause. Or, debating my hypothesis, Nash could be the murderer, and she's just having Stockholm syndrome because that's her man. We will see. My lungs resist as I try to suck in enough oxygen. The feeling of being totally helpless is all-consuming. Addie doesn't respond, but she does move away from me and closer to May's group, who are now outside with us. I can't believe that Nash would ever hurt anyone. This can't be him. He's nothing like his dad. He wouldn't do that. I turn around to put as much distance between me and Addie's confusing accusation as possible. That's when I see him, between the little bookstore, the pharmacy, facing Paddington, staring straight at me. Nash. Hold up! Pause! Why is he there? Conveniently, he is there. Why is he there? We have to discuss about this, guys. This is chapter 1 into this book. So there's another murderer in the town. Either it's the same murderer from last year, Halloween, or it's a new murderer. Nash conveniently is right across the street from the murder of this one. But what do you guys think? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm invested already. Like, I could finish this tonight, but we only got time for 5 chapters. That's all we got time for today. But like what? Okay. So yes, discuss for a couple of minutes. Penny is the main character. The female interest of whatever. She doesn't believe that Nash did it. She believes his father did it. But association by the father, they didn't, from what I'm getting, they didn't break up. Like, they just separated with no contact. That's what I'm getting. They just separated. I may be a little bit delulu, but I have to be when reading these type of books. They just separated. No contact for like 6 months. And then she's discussing with her friend how she misses him. Her friend, I forgot her name already. What was her name? Adele, whatever her name is. 80. Her name is A right now. She disapproves of the relationship between Penny and Nash and any thoughts about that, but she's trying to be open-minded to her friend. But another murder just happened, and when she says that he may be the father may be locked up, it might be the kids now. Now she's separating herself from our female main character, Penny. It's getting juicy, guys. Do we need to discuss any more? Because I'm ready to rip open chapter 2. Any more thoughts? Do you guys have any theories yet? Type them up in the chat. This is a kind of an interactive live stream today. What do you think that the motivation is for the killer? Okay, so it depends on the killer. I mean, on like who is the killer? Because if it's who I think it might be, a classmate. It might be jealousy. Jealousy and something probably like envy towards Nash family, that they want to like take them down and completely blame them. If it's like any other unhinged book that I have read, it could be that these classmates, because I just realized, I think let me see, it was Noah was the last one, so let me see what were their names. Mac, Catalina, Kelsey, Brody, Giant. I was gonna say, if all the victims were males, it could have been that Nash is low-key a yandere and he's the toucher you die type of thing, but like low-key just waits for that 1 week of Halloween and just kills them all. But they're not all males, so it's like that idea. I don't know. There's like not enough for me to like think of a motivation, because I don't believe the killer is the father. Like, I'm dead set on I don't believe it. I believe like the killer is maybe their classmate. And if it is Nash, he's not very convincing. Like, why would he have his father go to jail? I mean, wait, hold up. If it was Nash and the father, school janitor. Yeah, but like, why would the school janitor frame Nash's family? Well, Nash's family is kind of like a scapegoat, because to give a little bit more context, they live on the outskirts of town. Or it could be like a really popular person. Like, this could go so many ways. I've read so many books like this could go so many ways. It could be the school janitor, it could be the popular girl, they kept messing up the bathroom. I mean, that's a valid crash out. I don't think I have ever read a book where the janitor was a killer because of that. But like, I think the last time I've read anything about a janitor is that it was in a game where and it wasn't a janitor, it was a security guard. They just kept feeling like, what is it called? Oppressed around everyone. I don't know. I don't remember all of it, but it was very interesting. Also, it was a joke. It was a cruel joke played. But those are my hypotheses right now. Do you guys have any hypotheses or anything? You said the school janitor, so you think it's the school janitor. We don't have any suspects besides obviously Nash, but like, that's too obvious. That's too obvious. Like, no, it can't be Nash. Pause. It could be Nash in different circumstances. It could be Nash in just different circumstances. It's just too obvious. Too obvious. Let me see. Twitch, do you guys have any hypotheses? Hypotheses. Any suspects that you guys might think of? Hey, it could even be the girl's best friend. She was so jealous that what was the girl's Addie? A? It could even be A, that she's jealous that her Penny and Nash is together, and she only wants Penny attention. Like, this could go any type of way. Any more details before I start my detective work? Right. Okay, so everyone is in agreement, so we can go to the next chapter, right? I don't hear anything from Twitch yet. You guys are in agreement? Cause this is too vague. Like, we need more details. We need more. Alright guys, it's gonna be chapter 2. Wow. Before I do that, I am gonna put you guys on a brief hold. And be right back, okay? Be right back. Don't miss me too much. Yes, let's go. Okay guys, hold up. You're gonna be in a pre-pose. Okay, guys. I am back. I am back. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Ready to begin and chop the tour. My heart sinks as we make eye contact. From across the street, I see his familiar, pained expression. Before he asked me out, we were friends. I've known him since kindergarten. There's so much distance between us now. And I'm not talking about physically. What is he doing here? He can't be here. He's the murderer! With a shake of his head, which tousles his mopped up dark brown hair, he slowly turns around and retreats into the shadows. I curl my hands into fists and wish I could run after him. Girl, why don't you? There's nothing stopping you! There's nothing stopping you! Okay, whatever. If he had been anyone else who's seen him, if it had been anyone else who's seen him, he would have already been in the back of a cop car, two of which screeched to a stop outside the store, making me jump. Blue lights bounce off the store windows, making the ghosts on the glass glow. This time, I don't hesitate to press in, because I have something to say that nothing to do with how much I missed him or how sorry I am for staying away. Sliding my cell out of my pocket, I send Nash a text before I can talk myself out of it. Let's see what she said. Are you okay? He must be worrying. Last month, a window was smashed at the grocery store and Nash was blamed, despite the total lack of evidence and the fact that Carter had been seen in the area. This had to be playing on Nash's... Okay, his name is In. I can't. His name is In right now. That had to be playing on In's mind. He'll be scared, and he only had his sister on his side. The two of them against the whole town. Those aren't great odds. Penny, The cops want to speak with us, Addie says, cutting through my thoughts and bringing me straight back to the dead body in Party Town. Yeah, I replied, taking one last look at the empty spot where Nash stood. Addie and I both speak separately with the cops outside the store. I don't have much to tell them other than that I accidentally killed... What? Oh, I thought that's what I was about to say. I accidentally killed... No, I was about to say, hold up, wait, what? I was about to say, what? Okay. Did the microphone die? Oh, it did. Okay. The microphone died. Back up, microphone. Okay, are we back? Are we back? To clear audio. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's on, so let me make sure it. Yeah, okay, so it's still connected. Okay, we're good. Okay, so like I was saying, we have not gone even one step closer to finding out who's the murderer. No suspects so far. Nash is rightfully. What else? Let me see what else. I think they're still dating, if I'm not mistaken. They were just separated. Yeah, they're still dating, so I don't know. I feel like we should just go straight to chapter 3, because chapter 2 was too short. We haven't even got one suspect. I feel like we need at least one suspect to work some detective version on, but I'm gonna start on chapter 3. By the time I shower and get to Addie's, my parents are calling me again. At least I was able to legitimately tell them I was at her house so they didn't suspect anything. Addie and I sit in her purple... Oh, sorry guys. Addie and I sit in her deep purple room. She turned on the fairy lights that drape across the ceiling, and it lit the cherry-scented candle. She picked up a fluffy pink pen and doodles on her notebook. Okay. I look at the heading. Suspects. See. This is why I feel like it's a best friend now. Anyway, Addie, she interrupts me. How long did it take the cops to find Jackson last year? The cops were on it for nearly a week, but the feds arrested him on their second day here. Put the notepad away, Nancy Drew. Addie knows this already. Everyone does. Will the feds return out? It was a wild. When they turned... Wait, what? It was wild when they turned up. Total circus. I've never seen so many people walking around town before. Everyone wanted to watch them work. Some were happy to see them, while others thought our own cops would get him eventually. Maybe, but it's not like they could take their risks with more teen lives. Yes, but if his hair wasn't left behind, who would he have been caught? Are we really relying on this killer making a similar mistake? Hold up! Rewind! The only reason why it was pinned on Nash's father is because of a singular hair follicle was left at the crime scene. If I'm not mistaken, in the real world, you at least need 15. Like, enough for 15 panels. A singular hair follicle only is enough for maybe 2. So is it Nash? Is it? Okay, guys. We're in chapter 3 now. I raise my hand. I have questions. Come on, Pen. It's happening again. That much is obvious. Is it? Duh. Great argument, Addie. You should just join the debate team. What else are we going to do this weekend? It's a week until Halloween, same as last year. The timeline fits Jackson's. You can't deny that. No, that I cannot deny. I wish I could think of something to come back at her with, but I can't because she's totally right. The timeline is identical. All we can do is hope that the cops find whoever it is before he copies the next kill. Last year, there were 2 more murders. Sorry. Okay, hold up. There were 2 more murders in the week leading to Halloween. A double murder on Devil's Night, and finally an arrest in the early hour of Halloween. Nash had called me at 6 o'clock that morning. Panic, tell me the feds had busted the door open and arrested his dad. I told him not to worry and said it had to be a mistake, and his dad would be killed. My eyes are trying to read, and it's reading too fast for my mouth. Okay. Because I'm trying to consume the book before I'm reading it out loud. I have to slow down for you guys. His dad will be back home soon. Addie turns on her vintage-style radio, and we listen to the live coverage of the murder on the local station. People keep calling in to have their say. It's all completely unhelpful. It's only spreading hate and fear. I'm grateful for Addie's aversion to TV news stations because I don't want to watch people. I recognize being interviewed on the street. The first thing I hear is Nash and Grace being mentioned straight away. Not quite by their name, but the people not so subtle. You do know he has children. And? So what? And? At this point, they're like my own little ducklings. Like, don't come for them. At this point, hold up. No. What? Okay. And it makes my stomach burn with anger. Addie can sense my mood and so far has refrained from blaming them again. It's written all over her face though, and she now angled the notepad away from me to scribble in it. Suspect number 1, her, Penny. I can tell she agrees with the college because her eyebrows raise every time someone says the cops need to knock on their doors. Has she forgotten that she was Nas' friend too? She was the one who encouraged him to ask me on a date, help him pick out my birthday present. I want to shake her. We're both on our phone. Flitting? Her flitting between that and her notes? That's not fiddling. Is it possible for there still to be typos in books that are published? Okay. I don't know who she's messaging, but it's not a group I'm in. Our chat has been cricket since Omar and Zane told us that they'll be straight over once they arrive in town later. Omar and Zane, the 2 who completed our group, now that Nash is gone, were both away for the weekend. Omar was his family while they organized his sister. Oh, Omar was with his family while they organized his sister's wedding. Zane was with his mom visiting his grandparents. Neither of them were due home until tomorrow, but I think both of their parents want to know what's happening here. As horrific as the murderers were last year, they did not give everyone something to talk to about. Wait, what? They did give everyone something to talk about and memorials to organize. Probably. I mean, yeah, there's... Hold up, guys. I need to blow my nose again. I'm leaving my head down and it's getting straight to my brain. Here it is. I mean, I know, because I do have the what is it called? I do have the Kindle Unlimited subscription, so I do know that on there's most there's 9 times out of 10, there's books that don't have typos in it, but the odds are really like 5 out of 10, because when you start reading the books that are like freshly published and they don't have like a publishing or a publisher or whatever it's called, yeah, they they're the ones that most likely like have a typo, or then like some of them have like they speak in the way of like English, but not English and then like American English as in like London English. So they make sure that they put it in the what is it called, the notes, that the typos are purposely meant for there. Anyway, we're back, guys. We're back. See. I never seen the town so alive as when it was drenched in death. It's kind of sick. My phone dings. Addie looks up but doesn't say anything. She would usually ask who it is. So that makes me think she's talking about Nash to someone. If she asks me, I get to ask her. I almost gasp when Nash names appear on my screen. He replied. I replied to her. Aww. Ah. X out the relationship. No. I have to be a little bit anti-romance right now, because I don't know who's the murderer. I never expect him to, especially not after seeing him this morning. He looked like he wanted to chase me off his property with a pitchfork. He probably did. Nash. I didn't kill him. Okay. And cannibal didn't eat people. We will figure this out. We will find out who killed who. Words is nothing but a number. I sagged in relief. Of course I already knew that, but I needed to hear the words. I had to hear it from him, and for that reason I shouldn't be overthinking. He felt the need to tell me he's innocent. So, in the back of her mind, she subconsciously thinks that he's a killer too. But like, not in a way. On the back of her mind, she thinks he's a killer. But I'm trying to figure out if it's from everyone in town saying that he could probably be him, and that subconscious fear is in the back of her mind, or she generally distrusts him that much. I mean, it's said into her actions. She stopped talking to him for 6 months and kill him to her. But that kind of makes me mad. In a sense, because like, if you generally didn't if you like generally were trying to, what's it called? What's the word? If you generally believe that this person didn't kill someone and they don't have, and there's no evidence on it, then you should have like a strong mentality of like, okay, even if there's a murder around the town, you're not gonna subconsciously think like, oh, in relief when I say, oh, I didn't kill them. Audio is a bit choppy again. It's connected. Hold up. I mean, it's connected. connected. Let me see. But yeah, like subconsciously, you're not gonna automatically say, "Oh, write it off." Yeah, it's connected. Are we good? Are we good, guys? Can everyone hear me? Twitch, can you guys hear me? There is something. You guys can hear me? Okay. Twitch can hear me. YouTube, can you guys hear me okay? Yep, okay. We're back, we're back! Da-da-da. Okay, so back to what I was saying. If you genuinely believe that they're not a killer, you would not subconsciously think in your brain, like, be a relief that they say, oh, I didn't kill him. You may be shocked if they say, oh, I killed him, but like, having a where it's written in the book that says, I almost gas. Hold up. Wait, what is it? I sag in relief. In relief. Oh, girl, you think he's a killer? Anyway, enough for my little rant. We'll continue on to chapter 3. Of course, I already knew that, but I needed to hear the words. I had to hear it from him, and for reasons that I shouldn't overthink, he felt the need to tell me he's innocent. Because you kind of feel like you're holding a gun to his head. And Penny, this is like the messages now between Penny and Nash. Penny, I already know that. Are you okay? Nash, you shouldn't be talking to me. That's what I'm saying. Penny, no, I never should have stopped talking to you. I'm sorry. Nash, I get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, the fact that he gets it makes me feel even worse. I should get an award for the crappiest girlfriend ever. Ex-girlfriend. You never broke up, so there's no ex. There wasn't a way to stay with him. Well, every person in my life ordered me away. Penny, what can I do, Nash? Nash, meet me tonight. What? Homeboy, what? No! Try hard to get it! Get that little sass! Be like, no, I don't want to meet you. We're gonna have a fight for this. Okay, Penny. When and where? Nash. The old movie theater. Midnight. Okay, now that is a little bit of a suspicious location, sir. You trying to kill Penny off? Okay. Midnight. It'll be October 24th. Then, exactly 1 year since Jackson took his second victim. A girl named Cat? C-A-I-T? Cat? Kate? I could have sworn her name was Catalina. Hold up, guys. Catalin. Yeah, Catalina. I don't know why they cut that off. I don't know why. Okay, a girl named Catalina Cat's life. Catalina life. What? Huh? If the new killer, if that's what's even happening here, is copying Jackson, someone might die at midnight. Question mark. Penny, I'll be there. My parents are in bed by 10 every night because they're always up at 5 for work. So sneaking out won't be an issue. Nash knows that. We spent a lot of time in the summer before the murders sneaking out and hanging around the local park. He doesn't reply after I agree to meet, so I put my phone down and focus on Addie. My mood's suddenly lighter than before. Apparently, the cops are headed to the Whitmore farm. No comment. Not yet. Not yet. It's coming, guys. It's not there yet. Okay. That didn't take them long, but it is to be expected. Someone was murdered on the anniversary of their dad's first kill. It was only a matter of time. Jackson's chosen method was stabbing, and Noah was stabbed. At least I think he was. There was defined marks on his chest that looked like stab wounds to me. That was always coming, I replied, picking up my phone again. Nash won't be shocked that he's getting a visit, but I want to warn him that it's happening right now. I sent a quick message that he reads almost immediately. There's no response, but at least he knows. Do you think they have... This girl really does not believe that they're innocent. Okay, ouch. Do you think they have a decent alibi? Addie looking at my phone, knowing what I've done. It's the first time she genuinely seemed concerned for them. I don't know. I hope so, because if they were just at home, I don't think the cops will accept that. They'll be able to track their phones. All that proves is that you didn't take your phone out. I tell her. They won't be able to convict him on that alone. Don't panic then. I hope not. Judging by the radio callers, everyone would love to see the next generation of Whitmores in jail, just like their dad. She tilts her head. Babe, that's not true. They're scared. Can you blame them after last year? Addie, that is true, ma'am. That is true. Because you even said it. We're gonna continue reading, guys. We're gonna continue reading. Then I'll give my full comment. If you think we're all scared, can you imagine how Nash and Grace must feel? I get it. We sat in silence for a moment before Addie perks up. Hey, someone posted on the town's Facebook group that 2 cop cars just turned into the farm. That was quick. We all revived our neglected Facebook accounts last year because the adults were using a town group to discuss the murders. Everyone will be glued to their windows waiting for something to happen. Phone in hand so they can update the town the second it does. I hate it. I think I'm going to head out. My parents will be home soon and I think I'll meet them there. You sure? You can stay here as long as you want. I stand and grab my phone and bag. Thanks, but I just need to chill before they get back. They're going to have lots of questions. And that's Bad News Club. Dad is going to have a lot to say about him, which will result in him making me promise that I will never go near him again. I promise that I will break within hours of making it. That she just now wants to decide to break it. I'm sorry, guys. I have to be salty for Nash. Like, no justice for him. I'm not just a terrible girlfriend. 6 months, no contact. Should we rewind? Okay. You should be in class with him, and now he is, yeah, dead. I very much get it. I promise I will. Addie and her parents waved me off, along with an inflatable ghost that's swaying in her. I don't know why that's funny. Along with an inflatable ghost that's swaying in their front yard. I drive the long way again, passing my road, heading back towards Nash Place. I won't go down the drive because the cops might see, but I need to know what's going on. Ooh! As I approach their street, I pass a cop car. No, Nash is in the back. Nash doesn't have an alibi. He doesn't have an alibi, guys. I brake a little too hard and pull over on the side of the road. My heart in my throat, but the car is gone. What the hell? Grace wasn't with him, so where is she? Why would they only question Nash? Why would they take Nash into the back of the cop car? I mean, I guess. Maybe Grace is at college. Though there might be video footage of Nash being around the crime scene from the store, because that's where she saw him. So that's probably why they took him in as well. Because he don't have an alibi. His alibi is the camera footage. My mind instantly goes back to a year, to when Nash told me the feds had taken his dad in. He's in the back of their SUV right now. Penny, I don't know what to do. Why would they take him in? He can be questioning at home. Grace must have been, because I didn't pass anyone else. And there's no more cop cars outside their home. Why only him? The question loops in my mind. He wouldn't hurt anyone, I know it. I take a breath, think about what I should do next, about how I can help him. If that's even possible. Whatever I do, it needs to not make things worse for either of us. Going to the station will be pointless, so I stick in my car. So I stick my car and drive. Okay. I was gonna say, what? Stick in my car? So I stick my car and drive and continue to his house. Grace is likely going to tell me to get lost, but I have to try to talk to her. There might be something I can do. She's outside when I pull up. When she spots my car, she folds her arm, and her dark blue eyes narrow into tiny slits of destruction. She looks like she wants to strangle me and throw me in the river. I'm so not welcome here. Yeah, no, you're not. I hop out my car and, without giving her a chance to yell at me, asks, why did they take him? She scoffs, curling her lips. Don't pretend you care. I do care. Why did they take him? Has he been taken for questioning, or has he been arrested? Two very different things. She pushes her wavy brown hair behind her ears and huffs. Someone said they saw him in town, watching the costume store apparently. As if it's a crime, even if he was there. They taken him in, go on, you can go back and spread the gossip. It's already all over social media. Everyone thinks Nash is guilty. That's not what I'm here for. I saw him in town, I didn't realize anyone else had. Her back stiffens, making her taller. Where was he? Grace didn't know that he was out then, nor that... Not that she would. They were always close but didn't check in much. But they're not often in town anymore. It doesn't look great for Nash that on one of the rare days he's there, someone gets murdered. Opposite party town between the bookstore and pharmacy. Her eyes widen in her anger over seeing me transform into worry for her brother. God, Penny, if that's where someone saw him, it doesn't look good. He's all I have left. They're going to pin this on him. She says, and takes a long, ragged breath that sounds as if she's about to hyperventilate. I'm no good in medical emergency stuff. I won't let anyone blame him. He didn't do this. She snorts again. You won't let them? I dare you to say that Nash is innocent to anyone but me or him. Turning abruptly, she goes back inside and slams the door. I hear her shout. I can't lose him too. Okay. So, no suspects. Still. And we're in chapter 3. Nash is taken into custody. Or whatever. Questioning. Oh, wow, okay. Penny finally talks to Grace, which is Nash's sister. Let me see what else. I have no theories. None, not so yet. Do anyone from Twitch, do you guys have any theories? You guys from YouTube, any theories as of yet? We did have a theory from YouTube that said that it could be one of the janitors. Because I do not know the genre of this book besides being a young adult, I'm not sure if it is Nash and he's just very obvious, or if he's getting framed, or if his family got framed and it's like of jealousy, something like that. I'm in limbo right now. But we only have 2 more chapters to devour tonight and discuss about them before the end of these lives. Any hypotheses, hypotheses is what I like to call them. None? But yeah, so my first hypothesis about the book was that the father was framed, and the real killer is probably a high school student that just wanted to find a scapegoat, and because that Nash's family lived on the outskirts of town, because Nash's family lives on the outskirts of town, they wanted to pin the blame on them and choose him as a scapegoat. My other hypothesis is that Nash was either a yandere, where it was a touch him or die situation with the victims because they're all the classmates. But normally that's only like all male are victims from last year, and the one victim from this year is one dude and 3 females and another dude, I believe, 2 dudes. So it's very mixed. So there's no motive right now. Let me see. Yeah, there's no motive. And there's no suspects. Besides, of course, the obvious of Nash, his sister, but that's too obvious. There, oh, and then the way that the father had got convicted was that there was a singular hair strand left on the crime scene, and that's how they thrown him in a slammer. But that could be planted. So I don't know, guys. It could be anything. So far it's Nash and Grace as the not so obvious suspects, and then it's the father. Of course, he could have escaped jail or prison. Wanted to start on a killing spree, but I don't know why he would do that, knowing that his 2 kids still live there. But we will continue to chapter 4. We only got 2 more chapters, guys. Until the next live. Okay. It's late afternoon when I pull up to the police and fire station, but I park in the lot of the stationery store across the street. I want a good view of the station, and I don't want to be seen. The stationery store is heavily decorated with Halloween characters and orange lights. The other side of the road is a stark difference. There's not even a cobweb on either station. Without a plan beyond where I'm going to wait, I sit and watch, chewing on my lips as the ball of anxiety in my stomach grows again. Things would be so much easier if I could forget about Nash. Like everyone would, but I wouldn't give up on Addie, Omar, or Zane either. There are a few windows that face the street, but only one you can see through. That's the one I'm currently fixated on. But I can only see a small slice of the front desk. No Nash yet. He might already be in the interview room. God, he must be so scared. Grace didn't mention getting a lawyer, but he must have someone with him. He's still a minor. Oh, he's a minor. Is he a minor psychopath? Okay, listen, I gotta leave our options open. I gotta leave them open, guys. My heart beats erratically at the thoughts of Nash going down for this. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I don't even know what's happening today. what happened today. There's so much speculation, and I can feel myself getting sucked into it. It'll be fine. The cops will question him, check CCTV, and realize it wasn't him. A car pulls into the station lot, and a man with short white brown hair and a poorly fitted suit gets out. That must be the man representing Nash. He said last year that his dad lawyer hair was super light. He goes inside, but I don't see him through the window. He was probably escorted straight to Nash. I believe that the lawyer that's represented it. Sorry guys, it's a little bit late at night. The lawyer that represented his dad, I do not believe that he should represent Nash, because if you cannot, I feel like there's a conflict of interest because of like how the last case went. You're automatically gonna associate dad murderer, son killer. That's how I automatically think you would associate that. But it is a book world. Okay. I tighten my grip on the steering wheel, sitting as far forward as I can, waiting. As I'm watching the window like a stalker, I see a flash of red speed past. Jolting. Uh-oh! Holy smoly! Jolting, I do a double take, noticing it's Grace's new truck. It's slightly past me before I could probably see the driver, but it doesn't look like Grace. Too tall, and the shoulders are too broad. Uh-oh. Is Papa Jackson back in town? Is he back in town? Listen, if he is, he needs to stop murdering people, or his kids are going to take the fall for him. Okay, I'm sorry, I got into the juicy part. Okay. No way. The hairs on my neck stand up. It can't be. The driver is wearing a dark blue cap with a familiar tufts of ash brown hair sticking out from under it. No freaking way. Jackson? No. That can't be right. He's serving life without the chance of parole. He was only sentenced 2 months ago, so there's no way he could be released. Is there a possible twin? Is there a twin in their family? Uncle. Let me see. What's what is it called? A similar name to Jackson. Paxton. Is Uncle Paxton? Is it Uncle Paxton? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Let me read it for you guys. It's so, what's it called? I'm so on edge that I'm like, okay. I grip the steering wheel harder, debating whether I should follow the car, but that feels like the dumbest thing I could possibly do. Follow a potential serial killer. No, it can't be him. Nash and Grace don't have any other family. Their mom is dead, their dad is in prison, both sets of grandparents died when they were really young. Maybe Grace has a boyfriend. Or maybe Grace, said, Papa Jackson, let me break you out of prison. Never, okay. I'm gonna sit down, guys. I'm gonna sit down. Or maybe it really was Jackson. Oh my God, don't be stupid. We would have heard if he'd been released. It took all of 3 seconds for people to find out that the cops were on their way to Nash's farm. No way could Jackson be walking the street again without there being an uproar. Everyone in town will be marching along the dusty road with pitchforks. But it's not him, so who the hell was it? So who the hell is it? Who is it, guys? Does he have a twin? They said they don't have no more family. Or maybe it's the real killer. Maybe. We shall see. It has to be Grace's boyfriend. Why would her boyfriend look like her dad, though? I didn't think she had one, but it's not like she suddenly called me after months just to announce her relationship status. There was a guy she was interested at work. I vaguely remember some coy smiles when she was messaging someone last year. I slowed my breathing and tried to reason with myself. I've seen a dead body. We had a potential copycat killer on the loose. And I've just spent all morning listening to conspiracy theories. I'm obviously not thinking straight. The relentless stinging sounds from my phone pulls me back to reality. One where a killer in federal prison hasn't escaped without anyone finding out. This is a much better place to be. More focused on staying grounded. Penny. Oh yeah, her name is Penny. I keep forgetting her name is Penny. My group chat is going off. Omar and Zane are now at Audie's and I'm not there. I can't bring myself to face them. Zane will keep asking how I'm doing, and Omar will keep making one too many jokes. I don't pay much attention to my phone, but the conversation is being held via our chat and not between them in person. I've only seen snippets as they're typing constantly, but Addie telling me that I need space after my trauma. My trauma? That's what we're calling it? I mean, it's fairly accurate, but I can't think about what I've seen yet. Besides, Addie and May saw the body too. I don't need any special treatment. I mean, you did have head first and kicked the dead body, so you did. You do have trauma. You are a bit special. You walked upon it. Having something else to focus on is probably the reason why I'm not having a meltdown. As cold as that sound, I'm worried about Nash and now his dad or Grace's Jackson lookalike boyfriend. Without Grace, wait. Would Grace go out with someone who, from the side, at least shares a striking resemblance to her imprisoned, murderous father? She wouldn't. I'm going crazy. Oh, it's getting good, guys. Since there's no one I can call and Nash is still inside the station, I use Google to indulge my downward spiral search and search ejection Whitmore release date, because obviously logic isn't something I can trust today. There is no date that comes up because yeah, he's serving a life sentence and will die in prison. There is no record of him being mysteriously released or breaking out. The feds are keeping him locked up. That would have to be public information anyway. Surely. If he escaped, the news would be everywhere. And if he escaped, why would he come back here to kill again? Quickest way to get yourself right back in jail. While I search and scroll Google, half losing my mind, the door of the station opens across the street and Nash walks out, followed by the white-haired man. They quickly go their separate ways. The man straightens into his car, peeling away like he could catch something from sticking around. Nash holds his phone up, probably ready to call Grace, but then he spots me and freezes. I mean, hey, free ride. She's still on the list of me giving her sass. His expression is hard for a moment, and I wonder if he thinks I'm the one who turned him in. I'm not sure what his next move will be. It will either be asking Grace to pick him up or coming towards me. My heart flutters wildly as I wait, hoping that he will walk over here and we can talk. Because I want to be petty, Nash, call your sister. I'm not reading the next line. Hold up. Call your sister, sir. Forget petty. Because homegirl did not believe in you for even 1 second. Okay. Please, Nash. I just want a chance. Please, Nash. I just want a chance. After a quick deliberation, he crosses the road and walks towards her car. Guys, he's too lenient. Some of these men at least need to start acting like us females. No. Like, no. I'm calling my sister. I don't believe in you. Okay, fine. I'll be nice, guys. I'll be nice. We will see if she has a redemption arc. We're only chapter 4 in so far. After we reach chapter 5, it will be the end of the live stream until the next live. So we're trying to at least get one suspect. At least one. I sit up straight and unlock the doors, ready to let him in. He runs his hands through his hair, the light bouncing off his surfer-styled brown locks. He always styles his slightly wavy, a little disheveled, but this is the first time I've seen it as messy as it is now. Nash slides into the passenger seat, blows out a long breath. His legs stretch to the end of the footwell. He feels my car more now. He's so much bigger. He must be working out daily. Is that her only thoughts? Like, yeah, he got a body. Okay, good. Next. Do you trust him now? Like, we need to know if you trust this man or not, because this will depend on your redemption arc. Are you okay? I asked. What happened? I'm not doing a male voice. I already told you to this. You came, he says, and laughed at himself. Probably for stating the obvious, but I'm not sure it was something he meant to say out loud. Shaking his head, he turned to me, and I can see 1,000 questions in his eyes. And a bit of anger, too. Actually, a lot of anger. I deserve every ounce of it. For context, to Twitch and YouTube, well, to both of you guys. For the ones who have just recently joined the live for maybe this chapter alone, they were best friends. They grew up, and then because his father is a serial killer, she decided to stop contacting him, even though they're in a relationship. So they were really tight until this happened. So now he has a lot of anger, and that's why I'm like being so sassy with her right now. Okay. Back to the book, guys. For a second, I can't help but stare. He's real, and he's here. His dark blue eyes are standing against his tan skin, but they're filled with sadness. I was on my way to your place after Addie told me the cops were coming to you. I never thought you'd be taken away. You weren't in there very long. Was that your lawyer? He smirks, the way he always does when I ramble. Yeah, that was Beckett, the lawyer. They questioned me about why I was in town today, as if that's a crime. He scoffs and shakes his head. They took my fingerprints. What, you were arrested? No, I did the prints voluntarily. They just wanted to know why I was in town, where I was in the early hours, and what my relationship with Noble was like, that kind of stuff. They couldn't have asked that at your place? Oh, they absolutely could have. I think they wanted to scare me. The cops in this town aren't my biggest fan. Every time a car is broken into or a store window is smashed, they knock on my door. Beckett wasn't very happy about that and told them to back off unless they had evidence. Do they know it wasn't you? What if I told you one of the store windows was me? I'm all for it! Yes! If you're gonna get blamed for something, at least do it once! Now, if there's any kids watching, as an adult, please do not do anything bad. I'm advising. This is advising. This is fantasy. This is a fantasy book. This is not real life. Okay, so I'm encouraging not real life activities. Okay. What if I told you one of the store windows was me? He asked. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the murder. I don't know what they think. They're investigating, which I guess means they're trying to find a way to make this my fault. That won't happen. There's CCTV all over town. Nash, soon they will see it's not you. The mayor went on a huge crime prevention spree last fall, installing more cameras on almost every building and some around the square. It was really distressing because suddenly adults were obsessed with watching over us. My dad even brought a gun. My parents had calmed down checking in on me, and so now I bet they start obsessively checking the doorbell cameras again. I lay back down against my seat. Whoever's copying Jackson will probably be masked, though. If they're from town, they'll know about the extra security message. Who could it be? Do you know if your dad gets any weird mail from super fans? You're still listening to Crime Podcast? Nash! I don't speak to him, Penny, okay? I have no contact with him. He murdered 5 people, and despite what everyone is saying, I'm not goddamn proud of him. Okay. So I guess he is a murderer. Okay. She told all of us to sit down. Like, hey, I'm not proud of him. I don't speak to, okay, alright. I say raising my hand in surrender. I'm sorry, it's just, if they don't figure out who's doing this, it's worse for me, I get it. He replies, showing his hand through his hair again. I have nothing to do with this. I know. Can you think of anyone? Maybe this is where we'll get our suspect 1. Out of what, 2 hours? No, Grace. No, Grace has spoken to him a couple times, so I'll ask her. She wants to understand and can't accept that he's just a sick bastard. She has all the questions, the same as mine, I guess, but she can't relax until they're answered. What kind of questions? How? Why? What made him snap? Did he always want to do it? How did he, decide who to kill? As far as I'm aware, he didn't know any of them. Had he always wanted to hurt people? Why people the same age as his kids? You were over so many times. He turned away and looked out the window. The temperature in the car plummets, and I rub goosebumps on my arms. You would have wondered if he wanted to kill me? Ooh, that's another theory. He killed all those other kids because he couldn't get to her. I don't ever want the answer to that question, he replies. His voice is dark and cold and sends a shiver down my spine. I know Nash, so I know he wouldn't forgive his dad, but I didn't realize he hated him. Jackson's still his dad after all, and you don't get to choose how you feel about someone. I like the highlights, he says, changing things up. Neither of us wanted to consider what his dad may have wanted to do to me. My blonde hair is a few shades lighter now, brighter. Needed a change, and my hair was the only thing that I had any power over. Thanks, Nash. I don't have long. My parents are on their way home. Okay. He doesn't respond for the longest, so I almost repeat myself, unsure if he heard me. He's somewhere deep inside his head, and I'm not allowed in. All my own fault. Suddenly, he turns back and startles me. I should go. Yeah, we do need to leave, but I'll drive you. Grace won't be happy. I've seen her today. She wasn't happy then, so it doesn't matter. I don't care. You went back to my house? Briefly, before I came here. Let me drive you. It's the least I can do. Okay, he replies, but make it seem like he doesn't quite understand why. I've not offered him a lift for a long time. Are we still meeting at midnight? I turn the engine on and glance around to see if anyone has spotted us. We're good. The only people around are too far away or too engrossed in their own lives to notice. Yes, I reply. Hey, does Grace have a boyfriend? He does a double take. What? Why would you ask that? The car outside your house? It's hers, remember? Oh! There's a little, fishy response from him. Okay. Who does the truck really belong to? It's her, remember? He replies, glancing out the window. Right. He's lying to me. Valid response, right. He's like, wait, what? He's lying to me. Someone who isn't Grace was driving that car. Why would he hide that? It's Uncle Patterson. Oh, Jackson's like, okay. I try to push away an uneasy feeling in my stomach. Nash doesn't lie. Not to me. We had a pact. One I'm sure ended when I cut off contact. It's a bit hypocritical of me to feel hurt that he's not opening up. I know that. Okay, that was the end of the sentence of I know that. Okay. Had to double check. Guys. A lot has changed in the year. Everything he says to me now might be a lie. Why does Grace need 2 cars? I ask. Why she up all in that business? Why she up all in that business, y'all? Okay. She's going to sell her old one, he replies. Well, it is fair. She did see their father look alike, so that's kind of fair to ask. But like, Miss Nosy? Did he forget that I can tell when he's being dishonest? Why is he protecting whoever was in the car? The weird sensation between us weighs heavy. I don't know if she has a boyfriend. We don't talk as much anymore, but she meets some people from work. Okay, the guy she was crushing on was from work, so that makes sense.